from the YouTube dojo where Bryan Cranston will never visit. Yeah, right. This is Weeknight out there with Ellie Muller, and now here he is, a man who thinks that Bryan Cranston is way over his head, and he's doing it again. He's doing this show again, so please bear with him. Ellie Kanye Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight. I'm Ellie Kanye Muller. One time my grasshoppers. All right, here we go. Sorry about the delay, but I did the first take. You know, didn't go out so well in the editing stuff, so I'm doing it again. Second take. Alright, tonight's Shoutout Spotlight are 8 to spend edits, Step 519, this vigilante videos, and this take on this parody of, random oddities stuff on this channel. You know, he does a lot of other stuff, whatever. I don't care if this animations, the other brand, they show this reactions, what is already team with this rant, this discussions, this podcast, and everything else. Likes with this gameplays, notify clips of this gameplays and vlogs. I'll get with this singing covers Michael's like his Michael show, Babyland Creations with his Babyland Friends show, and his other crossovers and stuff. And Rebecca Catlin and Swagger Vortex 733 VA Studios with her voiceover acting stuff. No, there's a lot that she's doing, right? It's a lot. But anyway, let's talk about Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston, a man who can do a lot of stuff. He might need a rest soon. Before Breaking Bad happened, he directed an episode of The Office, and it was the episode about a bus. Ah, so that's how you get your own show? Okay, game on. Now, he recently teamed up with former Breaking Bad castmate Aaron Paul to make a new beverage. It's called Dos Hombres Mezcal. That translates to the mezcal of two men. Okay, I know, that was a bad joke, and I apologize for that. Of course, it's an alcoholic beverage that not too many people can get, so I guess we can make fun of the drink now, huh? Oh boy, let's look at these rejected opening remarks. Now, keep in mind that these rejected opening remarks are the kind of remarks that, you know, not a lot of late night talk show would make, or not any other late night talk shows would make, and we didn't choose them, but we decided to run them through anyway. So here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to the Dungeon of Dojo of E. These are the remarks that I have been told to give. Bryan Cranston directed one of the final episodes of The Office. Yes. Before it went off the air, well, of course, if it's one of the final, we're going off the air. NBC should have paid them. Pretty sure they did. Bryan and Aaron Paul have a new alcoholic beverage out called Dos Hombres
Mezcal.
That doesn't sound like a good name for a beverage. I don't like that it says Dos Hombres. It sounds like two brothers. I want to drink shit from two brothers. Here are my suggestions. Drink mainly the drink. John Cena's left. Shut up! Get out of here! Leave my dojo!
Oh boy. Alright, are you ready to do the top 8 list? Let's go. Intro will play. Okay? Okay, tonight's category for the top 8 list. Here we go. Top 8 products that Bryan Cranston is trying to make. Number 8, grass sandwiches. Number 7, water-filled pants. Number 6, suiting belts. Number 5, soft computers. Number 4, TV slippers. 3, walking shirts. 2, tap dancing slippers. And number 1, a stuffed animal who can sing. Again, not me. I'll be back after this.
And at last I see the light.
And it's like the sky is new.
Dude! Sorry!
stations, it's a viewer's delight. Nick, 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 Nick at Night.
Hey, the carpet looks
What
terrific,
now?
and you're almost finished.
Just about there, Mr. Kimstead.
I can't believe you're here and the carpeting is already in. It was only 3 days ago that I had the idea to call,
Empire?
Empire, of course. It was a stroke of genius. I remember dialing,
588-2300.
588-2300, yeah. They came right out that very night, you know. They brought every kind of nice carpet from $6.95 a yard. $6.95, including padding and installation.
That's professional installation.
And they approved our credit right away. You know, we don't have to make an installment payment for 60 days. That company,
Empire, Mr. Kimstead.
Empire. They even gave us a free Bissell rug shampoo because we bought 2 rooms of carpeting. You want carpeting? You call
Empire.
Empire. They're at 588-2300. I'm sure glad I thought of it.
588-2300 Empire.
Call right now. Empire, the Carpet King.
When it's nighttime across the nation, stay on your favorite station. It's a viewer's delight. Nick, 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 Nick at Night.
You know, that's what was
And at
going on.
last I see the light.
And it's like the sky is new.
Dude! Sorry!
Welcome back to the show. Right now we're about to do some random information. Now this sketch was written about a couple months ago, but we were trying to put all the pieces together, you know, for this particular episode. Okay, so bear with us. You know, it might be a little out of sync here, but actually it's not out of sync. It's perfect. So let's get this over with, huh?
Bryan Cranston. Isn't he the guy who did Breaking Bad back in the day?
That's right, he's the topic of this morning's random information.
Yep, and then Weeknight Update's Bryan Cranston Spectacular will resume.
After that, the wee hours with Quick Nightly will come on.
That's all still to come on Nick at Night.
Bryan Cranston's Fantasy Island?
You got it.
And now, Michael Seacast and Mr. Lamb with more random information for your everyday lives.
If you already know that an episode of The Office was directed by Bryan Cranston, then you're the binge-watching master.
We all can do more than one thing at a time. Of course, if you direct an episode of a show while being on another, then you really need to take a break.
After doing Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul decided to make a drink called Dos Hombres Mezcal. Just goes to show, if you work with a good friend for about a decade, then you might end up making a new drink together. I'd be surprised if Vigilante wrote a line like that for once.
Well, it's time for him to dance.
This has been random information for your everyday lives. Now back to Weeknight Update's Bryan Cranston Spectacular. Then stay tuned for the wee hours with Craig Knightley. That's all coming up next on Nick at Night. Random information for your everyday lives was recorded in front of a live studio audience at Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios, Florida.
Why, this is the biggest story of the century.
Set your dials for excitement, boys and girls.
There's no point in trying to keep this a secret any longer.
Oh, happy days are here again.
How was that, huh? Pretty good? Okay, let's have some talking time, huh? Let's talk about it. Show up.
Let's talk about it.
Alright, I think it's time. Wow.
Why haven't there been any real talking, huh? Hey, it's talking time, boy. 1808 BBC, longest history before your common era. This happened back in that time. At 8:08 a.m., 8:04 a.m., p.m., afternoon, morning, and nighttime.
What do we do?
At all times of the day. And we all get together. We said, duck it dog, duck it dog, hit it dog, hit it, duck it dog, duck it dog. Oh yeah, relax. Oh, walk it, walk, the duck it dog room. And the dudes, cookie, and waving it, carry.
Let's go. Okay. Bryan Cranston directed an episode of The Office. It was one of the last episodes ever.
Yes.
Which got positive reviews. This aired in October of 2012. It was about a bus. Now, here's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
People know him for his award-winning role as Walter White in Breaking Bad, but
aka the drug boy.
Yeah, but he played the patriarch Hal on Malcolm in the Middle, and he also did a lot of directing stuff. He directed Last Chance, the drama film in '99. Then he did episodes of Malcolm in the Middle. As a director, he directed Modern Family. He also directed his own show, Breaking Bad. But the episode he directed on The Office was Work Bus. It was written by Brent Forrester, and it made its debut on October 18th, 2012. It followed the Dunder Mifflin employees doing their daily work aboard a giant bus. Dwight was the landlord and neglected his responsibilities, so Jim tried to convince him that the building was unsafe in the hope they would close down and get a week off from work. Instead, Dwight rented an oversized bus for them to work in, but it ended up becoming an office on wheels as they journeyed to a nearby pie stand. Doesn't it sound like SpongeBob mixing up The Simpsons?
It's that King Mr. Krabs, let's make some money, boys. And Slurry says, how about no? And SpongeBob goes, let's get a whole big bus, and it all turns to shit.
Yep.
Perfect.
Just like the current incarnation of SpongeBob, almost.
Incarnation?
Well, there were 3 incarnations.
What
The
incarnation?
1990s to 2004 to 2003. Then there was the 2005 to 2013. And then there was the one where Steven Hillenburg came back. And now there's going to be a 4th incarnation where...
I guess now we know what incarnation is an incarnation.
That's a version of it. Anyway, the series had a habit of hiring guest directors as it became more popular. Apparently they thought that Bryan Cranston was very popular. They also chose J.J. Abrams and Mark Webb to direct the show. I'm like, how can you get people who are well-known directors to direct a measly little show?
Because they built different. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Now, a mezcal, by the way, here's a joke about. Here's a fun fact about mezcal that Ab and I found out. In the first take that we did. Now this is the second take, so please forgive us. A mezcal that's an agave drink that people drink.
They put fucking worms in it.
That's right. Now, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, did. Now that was something that Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad did. They didn't want to do another movie or TV show, so they decided to make a drink.
Yeah.
Aaron Paul drank mezcal a lot when he was in high school and in college.
It was a challenge.
And they had the little worm at the bottom of it. And it tasted like antiseptic and rubbing alcohol.
I'm stupid. It was a challenge because there was a worm in it. Not in each bottle. Okay, I'm dumb there.
Okay.
Second, how do you know what rubbing alcohol tastes like? Did you try to drink rubbing alcohol? Do you know how you can die from that? Or are you built stupid?
Okay. Anyway, it took them a long time to make Dos Hombres Mezcal happen. Which, by the way, is the mezcal of 2 men.
Yes. And, let me just say this. It's supposed to be the drink of Mexico.
Alright. It took them 3 years to get the drink right. And they did blind tests with friends and families to make sure that it's perfect. However, not everybody can get it. Right? Only people in the 12 states in the U.S. can get it. It's also in Mexico, the Dominican Republic, and the Caymans.
Well, yeah. You see, if your drink tastes like rubbing alcohol, then something's wrong. I'm not sure if theirs did, but if a drink can taste like rubbing alcohol, I'm pretty sure not many people would like it.
Okay, so what's your overall opinion on Bryan Cranston, huh?
Not bad. I like SpongeBob. Kill me, please. Take a bullet, but not a bullet.
Yeah. You know, folks, we're exhausted. You know, well, it's been a long week. You know, literally because, you know, we just did another take of this and we're exhausted. So please enjoy the ending experiments. It took us an entire week to make the ending experiments. It's 20 minutes long, so please bear with us, okay? And enjoy the weekend. Come back and see us on Monday, alright? That's news. I'm out, skis. Farewell, bye, farewell.
Greetings, I'm the Odd Man. Bryan Cranston is a good person. He collaborated with Aaron Paul on something interesting. And he also directed on an episode of The Office. For more on this, it's time for the ending experiments. Please enjoy and remember that we made this together.
What you're about to see will be random, strange, weird, and pretty monumental. Alright? We apologize if this goes a little too far, and we also hope that you will watch this whole thing all the way through because this is huge. With that being said, check this out.
It's Friday night. You're watching this show. That can only mean it's time for one thing. The ending experiments.
What does this wall say? It's time for some musical performances. That's right, it's musical performance time. Thank you all. You're welcome. Alright, our first musical performance song tonight or this morning is a classic Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood song. It's one of two. The first one is a song that Mr. Rogers wrote in 1967 or 1966. You probably remember this one. Before the song It's You I Like, Mr. Rogers sang this particular song that practically nobody knows, or very few people knew. Check this out.
time to get your randomness going. That's right, it's Random Thoughts with George Thompson.
Good morning, everybody. It's George Thompson back with some more random thoughts, and today we've got to talk about Bryan Cranston. Now, if you don't know, he directed an episode of The Office, which is cool. That was when it was still on NBC, that is. And it proves to us that if you want to make it in Hollywood, you have to direct something or, to get that lead part like he did in Breaking Bad. Anyways, him and his former co-star Aaron Paul have made an alcoholic brand. Now, though it's cool and all to be friends, I don't see why they had to go and do that. They could have done something else, something similar to what Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson did, but they could have done what Vigilante and Cobalt did last week.
2, 1, go.
Vigilante and Cobalt are really good friends, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're even better friends than Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul, as a matter of fact.
Don't remind me. I didn't like the last story that you brought up.
I'm sorry, but the writers, how they are.
That's okay. On the bright side, at least the punchline was better than any joke I could have come up with.
Sure, you could come up with something, soon.
Well, I just hope so. Anyway, I gotta do my segment. Wish me luck!
Well, good luck, Miss Becky. And as the producer tells me, it's time for me to wish you all some good night and sweet dreams. So I'll see you guys next week with some more random thoughts. Peace out, everyone.
That was your randomness for tonight. That was Random Thoughts with George Thompson.
And now, because people still aren't impressed by our presence yet, it's time for us to once again say hello to Miss Becky.
Hey! You wouldn't believe what I'm about to tell you. While acting in several other TV shows and movies, Bryan Cranston managed to find time to direct an episode of The Office. I know, I wonder if NBC ever paid him for that. Well, he recently teamed up with his former Breaking Bad castmate Aaron Paul to make a drink entitled Dos Hombres Mezcal. I'm glad they're working on something together, but an alcoholic beverage? That doesn't make any sense! I'm sorry to mention, but it was in the news. I had to make a joke.
Miss Becky, you shouldn't feel too bad about that. It happens to the best of us sometimes. It happens on late night talk shows all the time.
I know, but it's time to go anyway. Stay tuned for Johnny Crystal's Odd Corner, and I'll see you next week. Sweet dreams!
That was Miss Becky. She still has a lot of work to do, but she's getting better. Wouldn't you agree? From the famed Nickelodeon Studios at Universal Studios Florida, where we're already coming up with the sequel, it's Johnny Crystal's Odd Corner. And now, here's Johnny.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Johnny Crystal, and this is my Odd Corner. This morning, I want to talk about Bryan Cranston. It was recently reported that he directed an episode of The Office when it was still on NBC. Did NBC ever pay him? Anyway, he and his former Breaking Bad castmate, Aaron Paul, came up with a new drink called Dos Hombres Mezcal. They stole that idea from the Three Caballeros, didn't they?
Really? Do you have to come up with that joke?
Hey, it's about 3 in the morning, and the Nick at Night executives are asleep right now.
Then why did they decide to air Weeknight Update, a YouTube show, on TV at 2:30 in the morning, and why are we on the air if the Nick at Night executives are asleep?
Well, Nick at Night needs something new and fresh to compete against the infomercials that all of the other networks are airing right now. And the Nick at Night executives did not know anybody would do that. So here we are. Also, that simply means that we can make jokes that nobody expects anyone else on TV.
You sure about that?
Yes. Now can I finish up the segment so we can get on with our paychecks?
Yes. $1 is $1.
Exactly. Well, that is it for my Odd Corner. Thank you for watching, Miss Becky. Thank you for coming. I'm Johnny Crystal. I'll see you again next week. Sweet dreams.
This has been Johnny Crystal's Odd Corner. We're still figuring out how the show's going to work out.
It's time for a brief release from awkwardness. It's Luther's Joke of the Week.
Alright, so Bryan Cranston directed an episode of The Office when it was still on NBC. Wait, that was before Breaking Bad came on the air. I mean, you gotta start somewhere. I'm starting on a show that comes on way before the sun comes up. Okay, I shouldn't have vented. I'm sorry.
That was Luther's Joke of the Week. I told you that would be brief.
Welcome. Brian goes for the next year. Let's see. Number one. Let's fill in the blank. Next year, Bryan Cranston wants to write a virtual play. Wow. Sing a song. Wow. Dance with a monkey. Okay, buy and adopt a pet bear. A pet bear. You know what bears do, bro? They'll eat you. They'll go, nom 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 nom. You look. Just don't. He's crazy. Goodbye. Fire. One of the famous things. The favorite things of one Bryan Cranston is work, TV, money, fishes. But only the goldfishes, mansions, and shoes. Why does he like shoes? They go on your feet. Good for you.
Bam! Always wanted to do that before my bit. Okay. What are Bryan Cranston's least favorite things? Bugs, awkward jokes, bees, Best Buy, sweat, and donkeys. Yeah, I know. It's true. Now we must end it the way we always do. Bryan Cranston, for being a good friend and a good person, despite the fact that, that drink that you made with Aaron Paul is a little risky. I hereby give you the Weeknight update thumbs up of approval, or seal of approval. Keep up the good work, sir. Keep up the good work. Okay. Odd, goofy, strange, sneaky, brilliant, wacky, foolish, and friendly. How can you describe Bryan Cranston?
Bruh.
Okay, what did we learn this morning? Or tonight? Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul are great friends. Bryan and Aaron made a drink that nobody wants to buy. Bryan used the office to catapult his career. And finally, Bryan knows how to be a friend. Well, we're done. Thank you so much for being here. It's 3 a.m. Now go to bed. Thank you. Okay. You want some facts about Weeknight Update, right? Because of what's been going on lately, right? Okay, I'll tell you. Alright. Well, I did use the ending experiment as a copy of a show that features, what can you do? I'm not going to tell you the name of the show, blah, blah, because you know what things are. I used that as an inspiration, alright? That was an inspiration type of thing. That was an inspired thing. I mean, besides, guys pretending to be tightrope walkers and boxers, a parody of Johnny Carson's Karnak character, and a guy giving out random thoughts, plus awesome music, and a woman who looks like Heather from Total Drama Island, and a man who has an odd corner. Come on, you're not going to get that anywhere else. Plus, my top 8 list segment is a parody of David Letterman's top 10 list segment. David Letterman didn't say anything about that, right? So do you really think that he would? No. I mean, seriously, the show was inspired by David Letterman's old show, late night show on NBC as well. Plus, it was also an inspiration of the Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, the Late Late Show with Greg Ferguson on CBS, Dennis Miller's incarnation of the classic Weekend Update bit on Saturday Night Live, and Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Well, the show was inspired by all those shows over the years. And some of the sketches that have appeared on the show in the past were parodies of the Daily Show on Comedy Central, All That's Borrowed Information sketch, and NBC's classic PSA series entitled The More You Know. You don't see any of the people who created those shows get mad at me, do you? I mean, come on. And here's another thing. All the people who you see on this show on a regular basis are good friends of mine. And we have helped one another out on various things, not only on the show, but also on other things. And I gave them positive comments about their work, genuinely positive comments, and I also gave them more support when they're not feeling well or they're feeling depressed. Same thing goes vice versa. That is the definition of a real friendship. Now, and let me tell you something else, all right? I am giving you the reason why I'm giving you these facts is simple. I'm not trying to spark any more drama between me and the person who made the video that you probably saw last week, or this past week, or whatever. And if I sparked any drama just now, then I apologize. I'm just giving you some facts about Weeknight Update, so that you won't get the wrong idea about Weeknight Update. Because that person who made the video probably gave you the wrong idea about Weeknight Update. Alright? And if you want a lot more information about the whole thing, then I suggest that you talk to 3 of the not very late night players, in a private setting about this whole thing. Because I talked to them about this issue, and, they saw what was going on. Alright? Now, they're not going to make videos about this, and I'm not going to talk about this in more details. Alright? This, and what I did, this past Monday, that's it. Alright? So, please, alright, do not expect some huge blown out drama. Do not expect some huge blowout. Okay? Please. Alright? Do not come at me, and do not come after that person, alright? You want more information? 3 of the not very late night players who appear on this show very frequently, have all the information, and they will discuss with you about that. Alright, they will. Alright, just, don't ask us to go overboard, okay? Thank you. Have a great weekend. That's the news. I'm out, skis. Peace. Farewell. Action.
I've brought here today to tell y'all that Weeknight Update is a show that Bryan Cranston needs to see. It is life-changing, life-altering, it'll change your whole body around. Please come watch Weeknight Update at whatever o'clock, at whatever time it is on. Thank you.
That's right. Weeknight Update is on YouTube whenever it's on every night. And it's also on Nick at Night 5 mornings a week at 2:30, 1:30 Central. Now, you're probably asking, why did Nick at Night give us that weird time slot? Well, let's be honest, they needed something to come on between various TV reruns and the wee hours of Craig Knightley. Right? So it's either this or paint drying. Just that simple. Okay.
Hello out there from TV Land. Why don't you join us?
'Cause it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's Nick at Night.